Hi friends, my name is Christy Leskovac and I just wanted to pop in and share a little bit about my Pampered Chef story. So I was introduced to Pampered Chef about 30 years ago or so. I was a senior in college and really didn't cook much. I had been married for a couple years, and my husband was a great cook. So I went to this first party thinking Paul should really be here because he's the one that does the cooking. And I walked away feeling inspired. I walked away with the idea of, well, if I had all these amazing tools, I could cook. I would not burn things anymore if I had that baking stone, right? So I went home and my mom had booked a party, and then I went to her party, and then I booked a party from her. Y'all, back in those days, Pampered Chef cooking parties were the cooking shows. We didn't have cooking shows all over the television like we do now. And I fell in love with Pampered Chef. Not necessarily cooking, but I hosted a couple of different parties. One of my friends had a party. And you know, back then, I had a career. I had just graduated from college. I had a full-time job before I even got out of college. And I was a career girl. And in my mind, it was the young stay-at-home moms that did a side gig like Pampered Chef. And one of my friends who had a baby started her business when she attended my party. And I watched her and I saw what she did. I saw that it was able to provide a great flexible income for her. And then as I was talking to her one day, I told her when I have kids, this is what I'm going to do. Because, you know, I had a full-time job, right? And she said, you could start your business now and then you have your business built when you do have kids. And that was what I did. I ended up ordering my kit just a few months later, and I was 23 years old, was learning to cook, but not a great cook, and we were doing cooking parties. And let me just tell you, I didn't love my full-time job out of college. So picking your major based on starting salary isn't necessarily the best thing, but Pampered Chef gave me something fun that I had to look forward to, that I could call my own, where I was working hard for myself alongside my full-time career that paid the bills at the time. So fast forward a few years later, I worked Pampered Chef alongside my full-time job for 3 years. Our first son was born in December of '96, and I fell in love, and I knew I didn't want to be at my corporate job that I didn't like during the day. I wanted to be home. And at that time, Pampered Chef had allowed me the flexibility to build a business where if I needed to make the house payment, I could have. If I needed to make the car payments, I could have. And what we did is I took a step of faith and I quit my full-time job, and Pampered Chef became my work-at-home income as we raised our 4 boys. Yes, we have 4 boys, and our youngest is now a senior. So we're getting close to that empty nester phase at this point. And here's the blessing. The blessing is Pampered Chef has been with me all along the way. From the time I was learning to cook alongside my corporate job to the time I was going through pregnancies and newborn stages and toddler stages and all of the fun stages of raising children. And now as I move toward a career, actually, it's been a career for several years now, but where we can put away extra income for retirement. Now, I may not have one of those big stories. I've heard testimonies and stories of people who were homeless and Pampered Chef has helped them, people who had creditors calling them and Pampered Chef has helped them, people who were having just some, not necessarily financial issues, but some social issues. They just needed to be able to have something to call their own, something fun to do that really has helped them in that way. So no matter what you're looking for, Pampered Chef could be the answer. And the best part is you can take and try on the apron and check it out for very little investment. It's only $50 for our first level kit bundle, and I will help you run your first party and get you all set up and ready to go. It's not a long-term commitment. You can try it out for a few months, and if it's a good fit for you, you can stay and we will continue to cheer you on. And if it's not necessarily something that works for you, that's fine too. I can guarantee you're going to have a good time. You're going to make your money back, and you can't really know for sure if it's going to be a good fit for you and your family unless you give it a try. So I want to encourage you, reach out to me. Let me know if you have any questions. I'd love to answer those for you and help get you started. All right. Thanks so much. Have a fantastic day.